Hello everybody, it is Operator here, and today I thought, why not just work on a drawing? This is supposed to be Natsuki from Doki Doki Literature Club, one of my favorite games, but if you do play it, be warned, it does have a lot of mature content, and also if you play it and you haven't seen it before, then please don't look up anything about the game. Just download it, or you will spoil it, because there's basically spoilers everywhere except if you don't look at anything, so you may as well just not. But I'm working on a drawing of Natsuki, and I thought I would just give a few of my art tips, which I am by no means a pro. I am pretty much awful at this, actually. But I thought I would just share some of the things that have helped me, especially with Fire Alpaca. I would definitely recommend that software, as it works super well. Probably one of my favorite drawing softwares out there. But anyways, yeah, let's just get started. So, one of my biggest issues is I can never think of things to draw. Artist block is like my worst enemy, I swear. My best way of fixing this is I look up prompts for drawing and I use those, or I simply just draw a cartoon character, or maybe like an anime character that I really like, or I draw a friend. Just try and maybe even get your thoughts out. How are you feeling? Are you bored, angry, happy? Just get that out on paper. Or digitally, however you draw. I draw both, but either way works perfectly fine. But yeah, that's probably the biggest way for me to solve artist block, is look at different prompts and stuff. That helps a lot. And then another pretty big issue that I see is a lot of people compare themselves. Like, I'm definitely guilty of doing this. I have done this so much before in the past, and let me tell you, it will not get you anywhere. Because you're basically comparing yourself to someone else's style. Which, if you go up against someone else in their own style, of course they're going to be better at it because it's their art style. And you can definitely look at other people for inspiration and things, but just don't compare yourself too much to them, or you may start to feel discouraged, and you may feel like, oh, well, why even bother trying anymore? I obviously can't do it, But you just have to keep trying. It has taken me a very, very long time to get where I am. I remember even just at the beginning of this year, I had a picture of a Bulbasaur that I drew, and I was so proud of that Bulbasaur. And here I am in December looking back at that same picture and cringing at how bad it is. It's all it takes is even just a year of drawing all the time. Just get a sketchbook and try to draw at least once a day, and it will help you so much. And another thing about learning to draw, references are your best friend. Like, references will become your best friend. Even pros use them. I have this one friend, she is amazing at drawing. She could probably make a career out of it if she wanted to, honestly, because she's so good at it. And I was talking to her the other day, and she said even she still uses references, and she's like practically a professional. So if people like that use references, trust me when I say you will be fine. If anyone tells you that you're cheating because you're using a reference, don't listen to them. It's not cheating. You're just trying to figure out how to draw something. I always look up anatomy references, especially for hands, because that's probably what I struggle with the most, is drawing hands. Funny story, the other day I was drawing more Doki Doki Literature Club fan art. It was Yuri, and I decided, I was like, hey, I want to show this to my parents. I'm pretty proud of it. And so I walk up to my dad, right? And I'm like, hey, look at this. Isn't this cool? I'm pretty proud of it. And he said that the arm looked like it was part of the jacket, and I was so depressed about it. Because art is kind of like a thing that runs in my family. My dad and my uncle do it. I do it. It's just kind of a family thing. And so whenever I always hear my family talking about, like, oh, this part of your art sucks, basically, they don't literally say that. That would be horrible. But they basically go, hey, this sucks, and this sucks. You should change that. And I would get so depressed over it. And sometimes I still do. But in the end, a lot of times it's just constructive criticism, which is another thing that will be your best friend. Because if you ask professionals or just people who you think are really good, or just anyone really, for tips on art and what they think of how your style looks and how your art in general looks, you can get so much help. I've had friends help me out with drawings before, and without their help, my drawings would not be the same. But some of them have turned out amazing just because of my friends helping me. Because a lot of my friends are just like my art friends. Of course, we talk after school and we do all that stuff, but like, we're art friends pretty much. Like, we all just talk about art. And we talk about the YouTube channels that we like to watch on art. Like, just earlier, my friend and I were talking about Lavender Town. If any of you know who she is, she's an amazing art YouTuber. I would definitely recommend watching her videos if you're a beginner at art, because she has some of the best tips. Because her videos tell you things about shading and anatomy and how wrinkles in clothing work, and she shows you really good art programs, which, by the way, Fire Alpaca, probably one of the best art programs I've ever used. It doesn't cost anything, and it's amazing. It's what I'm using right now. It's incredible. It works so well, because it has this thing right here. Correlation. I mean, not correlation. My algebra thoughts are coming back. No. So, there's this thing called correction right here. See, if you set it to something like 5, you can draw really quick, but see, it looks a little sloppier. But if you change your correction to like 25, which is what I use, it makes your art look smoother, and it makes your pen lines look a lot better. Which, I don't have my drawing tablet right now. I mean, it's technically just right behind me, but I'm too lazy to grab it. Don't question me. Kidding, but I'm just too lazy to grab my drawing tablet, so I'm using my mouse pad right now. But yeah, it especially helps with a drawing tablet because it senses pen pressure whenever you use the tablet, so it makes your life a lot easier. Plus, if you have like an eraser on your tablet, because I know some tablets and styluses come with like erasers on the stylus that you can use, and Fire Alpaca will pick up on that and change from a pen to an eraser, and it works so well. I cannot tell you guys enough how amazing that is. I can't tell you enough. It's so awesome. Fire Alpaca is amazing. Although I did start off with MS Paint, so if you're using MS Paint right now, if you want to use MS Paint, go for it, because I've seen people make incredible stuff with MS Paint. I believe there was one person who recreated the Mona Lisa in like 2 hours, and it looked almost perfect. It was insane. The things people can do on that program are incredible, considering how minimal it is, but if you're using MS Paint, props to you, because I used to use it all the time, and I am still pretty bad at MS Paint. I don't know, I've always tried MS Paint. I've been trying since I was in, like, I've been trying for a long time. I don't want to count. But I've been trying for a pretty long time to use MS Paint, and I've gotten somewhere because I've learned a lot about it, but I'm still awful at it. Fire Alpaca is definitely better for me because I just feel like I have more options and freedom than you do with MS Paint. And it's really nice. Plus, I mean, with MS Paint, there aren't really layers, so it makes life extremely difficult. Which brings me to another thing, layers, which, judging by my timestamp that I have right now, it's probably going to be the last thing I cover in this video. If you guys would like to see a part 2, by the way, then do tell me in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And if there's anything else, art related, game related, whatever, that you want me to cover, just say it in the comments below. But yeah, layers. Layers are amazing. Like, see this? You can toggle them on and off. This is just my sketch layer. You can't really see it. Maybe if I get rid of the line art and color there. So I have my sketch layer with my different colors for my different things, and then I have my line art, which is just the basic outline of it. And then I have my color that I'm working on right now, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's color and shading. But yeah, it makes life easy. You can add new layers like this, and you can say whether or not they're going to be over or under what. And then you can delete layers, which I probably should just delete the sketch. I don't need it anymore. Oh. And then it looks like I have a bit of extra time, so I will go over some commands in case you don't know. So let's just say you accidentally do something like this. Press Control CTRL and then Z while still holding down Control. It'll undo it. And let's say you did this and you undid it, but then you realized you could just color over it. Hold down Control and press Y and it'll redo it. And pressing Control A selects everything. And pressing Control X cuts, Control C copies, and Control V pastes. I don't know if that was actually useful whatsoever. I just kind of felt like throwing that in there because, I mean, there are some people that don't know those kind of commands for art and stuff, so I figured, might as well, you know. I just feel like it's important to know those things because it gets really annoying having to find the undo button and clicking it every time something happens when you can just press a button on your keyboard. It makes your life a lot more convenient. But anyways, guys, I think that's about all the time I have for today. Sorry that this video is so long. But yeah, once again, leave down in the description below, well, not the description, I'm sorry, the comments below if there's anything else you want to see, if you want part 2 to this, if you want something else art related, if you want to watch me draw more stuff, just play more Animal Jam, look into stuff, you know. I would be definitely glad to take suggestions. And leave a like on this video if you enjoyed, and if you would like to, then subscribe and hit the bell for notifications whenever I upload, which unfortunately is not often due to school. But anyways, that is it for this video, and I will see you all later. Bye!